Hello everyone, welcome back. This time in the video, I will be talking about another interview question. Why should we choose you? If you've not seen my previous video, I'll be providing a link in the comment section. You can see my previous video on the interview basic questions, also how to attempt the first question about tell us about yourself. In this video, I will be talking about the next question most commonly asked in the residency as well as in the DDS Pro questions. Why should we choose you? If you like this video, like and subscribe, and also hit your notification bell. Whenever I'll upload a video, you will get a notification. Okay, so let's move on to the question. As I've told you in my previous video, all these questions that are asked in residency programs or in the DDS interview, these are behavioral questions. You should know and you should remember the fact that you being chosen based on your academic achievements, on your academic qualifications, and now the school is actually interviewing you just to know you a bit more about your behavior, how to see how you're going to actually be in the program and interact with everyone. Do they like your personality, or your personality fits with their personality or with the values and morals of their program and the school? So this question, why should we choose you? I'm not going to answer this question for you. I'm going to only tell you how to intercept this question, how this question can be answered. Okay, I'll just provide you hints in this video. So this video is going to be just a very short video. Let's go on. So first perspective, or the first way that you can actually think about this question, why should we choose you, is probably the school is trying to see, have you ever seen or have you ever even gone through their program web page? Every school in their school objectives or program objectives tell or tries to acquaint the prospective students about what their program is about, what their school is about, what they believe in, right? So if you go to their program web page, if they are actually talking about, for example, at the school on their objective, with the school objectives, if the school mentions that they are a very competitive program, okay, so that means and this I'm talking in terms of a residency application, and you're applying for a residency, one thing you will gather about the program is it's going to be very competitive. That means they've already hinted at the applicants that the kind of applicant we are looking has to be competitive, has to be strong enough to be in the competition and not to deter at any point of time thinking that it's becoming too hard for him, right? So why should we choose you? One way to answer this question could be that you match the program's demands and requirements with your personality, and you answer the same way. You make points about that. The school says our program is very competitive, or the school says we are into service, we believe a lot in volunteering experience, and we want our residents or our DDS students to have this value in them of providing service or volunteering. So you should have some kind of compatibility. In the end, this interview is just to match you with the school. The school and your personalities have to match. Okay, so this is one way if you want to answer this question, why should we choose you, that you go to the school or the program's web page, make a list of all the things they enlist of what they what they are expecting from prospective applicants, and then see if you have those qualities, or can you give some reasons as to why those qualities are within you and you actually match with the school. Okay, in my previous video for the interview tips, I've already mentioned that never just make blanket statement. Just don't say I'm a very competitive person, I believe in providing service to the community. No, there has to be some kind of, it can be personal, it can be professional, but there has to be some kind of experience or some kind of your example that you should provide to the school to justify what you just said. I am competitive. How? You can talk about how you've excelled all this time in your academic career, or in personal behavior, somehow you can show it to them. Okay, so this was one way of looking at this question and then answering it. Okay, what is the next way that you can actually look at the same question? Next way, or the next perspective, is the school actually wants to know about you. School really wants to know, what kind of a person are you. And now here the way of answering would be, even if the school wants to know what you are or what are your qualities, it does not really want to go into your history. It does not really want to know all your stories about the life, right? They want to know only the specific qualities that will be important for their particular program, residency or DDS, right? And now there you should actually have an idea about what are the demands of that particular residency or particular program. So if you're applying for residency or for DDS, for example, one thing that you will have to be having you is that you should be a team worker. You should be able to work in a team, right? Because our specialities or our dentistry or medicine is all about teamwork. You have to coordinate, collaborate with a lot of specialists, with a lot of other students, with the faculty, and then that's how you deliver your in your practice, right? So one quality that anyone should have is a team worker. Now you cannot say I am a team worker. No, there has to be an example, and that example for international students who've already done dentistry, who've already done BDS before, it's very easy for you to bring out any one example from your professional experience and mention it. But for other students or American students who have done this, but you would have obviously in your undergrad or any kind of other experience, you would have gone through this teamwork, which you can present as an example. So this is just an example of teamwork. Another thing that I would like to point out here is that usually coming from different cultures, something like from an Indian culture also, some of the students would find it very difficult to talk about them. So do realize that this is not about boasting. This is not about being arrogant or overconfident. This is about presenting your quality in the least arrogant way to the school. So if you're saying I'm a team worker or I'm a team leader, it's really not a bad thing. It's actually a good quality. You just have to provide some good example about it. So yes, you have to justify your qualities to the school, to the program, and it could be anything, but everything has to come with an example. Another important point that you should remember here is that for an interview, be it residency or DDS, they interview more than 20 students, okay? So everyone would be having almost the same qualities that you would be mentioning. Most of the students will come up with team worker or team leader. All of you go to different interview YouTube videos or interview tips. So most of the time what would be told to you is to have mentioned these things about yourself: team leader, team worker, empathetic, service to the society. But do dig a bit deeper into these professional demands and your own qualities. Sometimes you have to understand what I do, why I do, and I've explained this again in my previous video also. These are behavioral questions, and behavioral questions need you to understand yourself, and maybe then you'll be able to actually come up with a point that is not a cliche that not everyone will be giving. And again, an example which is usually given by everyone is I'm into research, because research is now in demand. Every school will credit you if you have research, if you've done research, if you've presented somewhere. But you just cannot say I do research, your program does research, or your school is into research and I think we will match and I will also do a lot of research. No, this is not the reason, or this is not the answer they're looking for. So what they're looking for is what is that makes you passionate for research? Why do you even want to do research? Yes, I want to do research because I want to make something new. I like doing research because that's how I actually learn myself. So these are the points that you should be mentioning, even if you mention this point about research. And if you've done a lot of research in your professional career before you're applying for DVS or residency, do have a justification as to why were you even doing it. Were you just doing to enhance your resume, or what was the deeper reason for you to do research? What is that you like about research? And these are the questions which will always have different answers. These are the questions which will actually put you on a different level as compared to other students, because everyone will have a different reason, and different reasons is what will make you distinct or stand out as compared to other applicants. But to just wrap it up, the two perspectives that I gave you to answer this question of why should we choose you is, one, that you should see if the program objectives matches with your personality and how, and be ready to justify it with example. And second would be, what are the demands of such a profession? What are the demands of dentistry? What are the demands of the particular specialty that you're applying to? And what do you think you have that you will be able to excel in that particular program or contribute to that particular specialty? So these are the two ways you can look at this question and then write it down. Now, every interview, even in my previous video, I've told you to not cram. Do not cram the answer. Even the school wants you to be prepared, but they don't want you to be over prepared. There's a difference between over prepared and under prepared. So you don't have to be on both the extremes, but somewhere in the middle. You should make your points, you should have examples, and be sure to talk in detail about them, but not in a cramming way, in a more justified, nice manner, presentable to the interviewer. Okay. I'm not going to, again, like I said, I'm not going into detail of how to answer this question. So we at Board Aspirants do provide interview preparation, statement of purpose, and help of the coaching services to all the people. I'll be providing a link for the Board Aspirants at the Facebook. Also, I'll give you the email. You can always contact me. And if you have any question, just put a comment in the comment section, and I'll be happy to help you. My next video is on a very interesting topic, a topic that I really like teaching, Perio Simplified. I'll be talking about surgeries and different surgeries, their history, and how to perform surgeries. I'll be using examples of the surgeries from my own handwritten book, and I'll provide a link for that book also in the next video. Until then, good luck, and if you like everything, just like and share it, and also comment in the comment section if you want me to discuss on any topic that is important to you. Okay, bye-bye.